The Ace of Cups symbols the beginning of prosperity. It could be a big spiritual aspect. It could be a spiritual breakthrough or spiritual revolution. It could also be overflowing love in beauty, joy, and health. There is also, denotes a good marriage or a good relationship. It could also denote a birth of a child. This child could be an indigo child. This child will have an evolved sense of self and be extremely empathetic. Already know things, perhaps, or will know how to treat people in a kind and generous way. The dove in the card represents peace and tranquility and a sense of deep spiritual bond. The cup in the card represents the Holy Grail, so a sense of vitality, strength, and abundance for health. The Ace of Cups in reverse is seeking glory for the wrong reasons. The seeker is not in a pursuit of glory for spiritual fulfillment, but rather for material or superficial gain. The card in reverse may also indicate delays in spiritual fulfillment as a result of materialistic or superficial motivations. The seeker's heart is not in the right place, so the outcome will not be as the seeker desires. In question about romance, the seeker's perception of love is too materialistic. The seeker needs spiritual breakthrough. The card could be warning that the seeker's objectives, even if achieved, won't bring joy. The card could also mean there's promiscuity in the relationship, unstable desires of overindulgence. The promiscuity indicated by the Ace of Cups in reverse is most likely mental or emotional one, not physical. The Two of Cups is all about harmony, cooperation. The two comparable personalities in this card is this card of soulmates, people whose fate and karma are intertwined. The card represents two individuals who work well together. The lion's head atop of the catechus represents the combined strength of the two working cooperatively. It symbolizes the power of alliance. For some tarot practitioners, the catechus suggests a sense of healing. Figuratively, the card also represents the harmony and balance of our internal dichotomy. While reading about love, the card could indicate the start of a new romance and mutual attraction. The romance will have a strong friendship element to it. The relationship will be one of healing. The couple is well balanced. When reading is not about love, the card indicates a mutual respect and love for each other. The catechus wand is symbolic of the commerce. In a question about work, there may be a genuine alliance that will yield great fruition and advantage to the seeker. The red lion's head represents strength of character. The Two of Cups can be thought of as the best friend card. If there has been a great deal of conflict and quarreling in the seeker's relationship, romantic or otherwise, the appearance of the Two of Cups indicates reconciliation. Reverse Two of Cups. There's a loss of balance in a relationship, be it romantic, social, or professional relationship. There's a mutual distrust, but there should not be. Instead, there is a simply misunderstanding that the two parties must work out. There may be a temporary conflicts with one that the seeker regards highly. If married, then this is tension in the marriage, but the tension can be smoothed out with open communication. Generally, the Two of Cups in reverse is about misunderstandings in a relationship. In a question about work, severed bonds with former allies may cause obstacles to commerce. To improve the seeker's situation, he or she must seek out strong alliance. Strong, sincere alliance will ensure the speaker prevails. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups gives you a sense of party, celebration, your tribe, your people, circle of Madian. This could be around excitement, around a harvest, or like a big holiday. Could also signify working around a bunch of women, or being one of the women. Good fortune, good company. Abundance of fruits and blossoms, particularly grapes, represent cornucopia, which is throughout history has been a symbol of bounty and plenty and prosperity. There may be joyous social events ahead. It's a time for rejoicing. There will be happy conclusions in undertaking that took team effort. It's about community, friendship, camaraderie. It echoes with the theme of celebration and friendship. These friends are crucial components to the situation at hand. When Three of Cups appears for a female seeker, that could suggest a sisterhood or strong, deep bonds with female peers. No matter who the seeker is, the Three of Cups appearing in a reading is about sincere allies who truly wish the seeker well and then rejoice. The symbolism of a pumpkin is about taking the plenty, bounty of the earth and bringing it to the land. The Three of Cups reversed usually means that the seeker is spending more time on play than work. This card is warning the seeker that too much pleasure could become pain. The seeker relies too much on pleasure seeking. The seeker's fullest talents remain dormant and are not being utilized. The card also indicates that the seeker thinks all has gone well and has rejoiced prematurely. Be careful. There is more to the story and not necessarily happy news. The card could also indicate that the seeker is sexually unhappy. When the Three of Cups appears in reverse, it suggests hedonism as a means of overcompensating for deep internalized dissatisfaction or relentlessness. While the Devil card is about giving in to temptation, the battle with one's inner demons, the Three of Cups is reversed, less severe and more indicative of procrastination or boredom. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is all about introspection, contemplation, and it could be around dissatisfaction or it's time for personal reevaluation. The internal reflection. The theme here is disconnect. The seeker had wanted more or something different from his or her circumstances and environment. The Four of Cups is about disappointment. It could be disappointment for something they've done or something they've made or built themselves. This card is all about what is the cause of discontent. The card is about advice to the seeker to close off the outside world, the world that has been disappointing him and her. To devote more time to introspection. The seeker needs purpose and aim in order for the seeker to advance forward, accomplishment. At this time, the seeker is still evaluating what his or her purpose is. The seeker has reached a stage in life where he or she is trying to understand themselves. Four of Cups reversed. It appears in reverse. It's an omen to start new relationships. It's now a good time for new relationships. To engage with society, the seeker is ready to face the world again. The seeker had previously closed him or herself off from the world for introspection, but now it is accomplished. And so you're ready to go seek new goals or more accomplishments. The Five of Cups represents loss, mourning, and regrets. This card is sorrow, mourning, loss of a loved one or loss of something the seeker loved or held dear, emotional loss in relationships. However, while mourning his or her loss, the seeker neglected to see what he or she still has. Note how the two cups in the card are still intact and the cloaked man in the image cannot see them. If in a relationship that is on the verge of ending, the seeker is asked by the card to re-examine the issue and see if repairs or amends can be made. Look at what you have cherished it. The seeker feels lost of a particular future path. A relationship that should have lasted forever has now ended. Something that was meant to be shall never come to pass. The seeker is intentionally distancing themselves from others to mourn, depression. Note all this symbolic significance of the three spilled cups. Two of cups spill, fourth blood, and third is water. Christian mythology, blood and water flowed out of Jesus when a Roman soldier thrust a spear into his side. Blood represents the life and body, water represents spirit. What the seeker has lost. The metaphorical death is in fact not a death or an end at all, but there will be resurrection. There may be wounds right now, but there is the prophecy still foretold by the two intact, upright cups. The seeker is sort of told to go home and make peace of what's still to be had, what the best can be done. Perhaps it's to feel the loss and let it flow through us, just like the river under the bridge. And literally, better the emotional place. The Five of Cups in reverse has two different meanings. It could mean a great loss that someone cannot get over, depending on what cards come after it. Or it could also symbolize a sense of getting over something and progress and healing of the great loss that happened before. It could be a sense of things are getting better. We're starting to see hope. We're starting to see understanding. We're going to see the negative emotions be swept away. The Six of Cups means memories, nostalgia, childhood, reminiscing. It could also mean someone coming from the past into the future from our childhood. It could also mean in the future placement about having a kid, depending on the cards around it in the future. So this is all about, the big factor here is child or childhood and nostalgia. So we'll see what it gets into. When it's reversed, it's still about children, but the reverse Six of Cups is a negative tone. It could be around bullying or clinging to a past and nostalgia, unable to progress forward. Maybe we cling to our fears or bad memories around something so we can't enjoy it, or we sort of exclude it. It could also mean fertility issues in older women or difficulties with disciplining children. Suggest a deep longing for children or childhood. The Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is temptation, superficiality, enticement, and decoys. In the card, there's a silhouette of a man making choices. Everything's presented before him, appearing from the skies in a cloud. Each globe offers a enticing temptation to the man. The head of someone attractive, a shrouded figure, arms open, glowing red, a snake, a castle, jewels, and treasure, a laurel, wreaths of victory, and a dragon. The Seven of Cups is all about physical temptation, desiring of the physical sense, and losing sight of the righteous path. It represents false thought. The seeker is at a crossroads plagued by an inability to choose from many appealing options with appealing superficiality, and they are but temptations. They are decoys that will lead the seeker astray from his or her own true path. This, in fact, the card suggests that the seeker should avoid, not choose any of the options presented. The attractive head is said to represent romance or lust. Covered figure, glowing red, is ominous, showing anger, resentment, or vengeance. The snake shows unrestrained ambition, pursuing goals for the wrong reasons. The castle and jewels represents material temptations. The laurel wreath, glory for the snake of glory. The dragon, as depicted at this card, represents the dark, sinister. It also said that the Seven of Cups symbolize the seven sins of temptation: lust, rage, gluttony, pride, greed, envy, and the sloth. The Devil card for the major arcana tends to present a more serious matter of temptation, a struggle with inner demons that could cause spiritual injury, whereas the Seven of Cups denotes a superficial, appealing prospect that the seeker is tempted to accept, by which will likely cause emotional injury, true clarity of vision. The vision is presently clouded by the seeker of obstructed from seeing what he or she really wants as a result of temptation options. The options before the seeker is indicated by this card are superficial: wealth, fame, sex. And the cup is a card associated with wishful thinking, mostly of tempting marriages that are not long-lasting or full of substance. The clouds are obstructing from seeing what he or she really wants as a result of tempting options. The options before the seeker is indicated by this card are superficial. The Seven of Cups is a card associated with wishful thinking. You need to look past the clouds. Perhaps the seeker needs goals, ambitions, visions, or fantasies are misguided. The seeker must exercise greater patience and self-control. Reversed, the Seven of Cups is a good omen. It indicates the seeker has made or will make, depending on where the card is positioned in the spread, a decision supportive of delayed gratification. The card affirms that the seeker is moving in the right direction and is closer to accomplishing his or her goals. When the Seven of Cups appears in reverse, the seeker is someone who is offered many appealing material, pleasurable paths, such as fame, fortune, etc. But the seeker has refused those paths and seeks something greater out of life. Compare the Seven of Cups in the reverse is comparing the seeker for the journey ahead. In the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Cups is about abandonment of material pleasure to seek a higher plane of spiritual consciousness. Eight of Cups is about abandonment, detachment, spiritual journey. A man cloaked in red with red boot leans on his walking stick to ascend a hill as he crossed rocky river, leaving behind 8 golden goblets neatly stacked in the foreground. In the background are steep rocks protruding from the sea. Mountains are green and black in dark blue sky. Is a waning crescent moon with a full moon. There has been abandonment of past fruits. The Eight of Cups is about soul-searching journey. Ascending to a higher emotional ground, the seeker is leaving behind something he or she spent effort on and care to nurture or develop. There was a disappointment in the past undertaking, and thus the seeker has abandoned his or her previous work. Notice how carefully the goblets are stacked. The seeker is leaving it behind on his own terms at will. The seeker is looking for more than material success, a search for higher meaning. The card may also indicate a charitable, beautiful, or kind personality. The seeker is on a spiritual journey. The waning crescent moon suggests a release, banishment, or a period of deep reflection. The full moon, coupled with the man's red cloak and red boots, suggest power, strength, and transformation. This is the time for change, a period of solitude. The rocky waters suggest disturbances in the consciousness. The narrative of the Eight of Cups talked about a prince that left his royalty, all his luxury, all his feasts, to seek a humble life among God, to seek normal everyday existence, and to have a higher purpose within that. The reversed meaning of the Eight of Cups. There are two possibilities when the Eight of Cups appears in reverse. It could suggest the seeker has returned to the feasting and festivities, enjoying the earthly material pleasures. The seeker has abandoned the spiritual path for the material in the alternative. It could also indicate the seeker is drifting or going around without a purpose or a sense of foundation. It could be a seeker wandering. It could be you need somewhere to go or something to work for. Maybe this is struggling to find a destination. Wanting to have a place called home for the seeker. The Nine of Cups is considered the wish card, sort of wish granted, comfort, material success. It's material success that feels like spiritual success. It could be the overtones are the seeker not include fondness of luxury, comfortment, and the fulfillment of superficial desires. It's all about always wanting that wish. You wish yourself sick when it comes to this card. In reverse, it's overindulgence, greed, and wish not granted. So it could be a sense of it's like a sickness in the yellow of the man sitting there, plump, wealthy man with his arms crossed at the temple, surrounded by 9 goblets. He wears a red cap of prosperity like a curtain. The blue tablecloth encircles from behind. A yellow is the dominant color above and below him. So this man looks like a bartender or a sense of someone giving luxury or the recipient of beautiful luxury or like winning something that is a wish that he wanted. But in reverse, it's sickness, greed, and a sense of hollowness. The Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is happiness, joy, content family. The 10 goblets are embedded in a rainbow that stretches across a blue sky. A family beneath it celebrates the man and woman embraced, joined at the hip, arms open to the air. There are 2 small children also joining hands, dancing. A river leads up to their comfortable cottage in a distance. The Ten of Cups represents the ultimate happiness the seeker can enjoy. A happy family life, true friendships, and rewarding relationships. The card is not necessarily an indication of wealth or material prosperity, but a strong indication of genuine joy and love. The rainbow is indicative of the message, promise from God. The heavens favor the seeker and will align conditions in the seeker's life, so the seeker will likely find the ultimate happiness. Despite past difficulties, troubles, and many disappointments, the future of the seeker will be bright and beautiful, balance between heaven and earth. There may be discord in a reverse Ten of Cups. The domestic sphere, quarrels within the family, it may cause breakage. The seeker should be sensitive to loved ones and not utter words that he or she may regret later. However, if all the cards surrounding this one in a spread are powerfully positive, then this could indicate the happiness is to come, and there may be a delay. Thus, the Ten of Cups in reverse isn't a bad omen. It simply means a few struggles are ahead before the fulfillment and the happiness of the Ten of Cups upright may be had by the seeker. A third possible meaning for this card is warning. The seeker is trying too hard to mold life into a perfect life according to certain standards. Be content with the joys and the relationships in your life, even if they do not conform to certain societal standards or expectations of the perfect life. The Ten of Cups indicates discord and broken trust. In reverse, the Ten of Cups warns that the seeker, him herself, is possibly tampering with harmony and taking actions that will sabotage the seeker's harmonious family life or relationship.